Hey guys, we're going to be doing a little bit more math today. And the last time that we met, we were working on doing two-digit addition using base 10 drawings and what we call the shortcut method. The official name is the standard algorithm, but we're going to call it our shortcut method to check our work. Quick review. When we're talking about two-digit numbers, that means they have a tens place and a ones place, like the number 12. When we say addition, that means plus, so add means put together. You have two amounts and you're putting them together. You're trying to find the total. You're trying to find out how many in all, how many all together. You're combining. Any of those things tell you that we're doing addition. Base 10 blocks or base 10 drawings. If I say do a base 10 drawing, that means I want you to draw your ones and your 10 sticks and count how many in all. And when I talk about our shortcut or our standard algorithm, that means you're lining up your numbers vertically, right? These are our 10s and our ones. You are adding your ones first, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3. Okay, you might circle that bigger number, and you are using that to check your work. That should all be a review. I had told you that the next time we practiced this, it would be the same skill, but we would be looking at it in word problems. So we are going to do a couple word problems together. If you want to do the first one with me, you can on your whiteboards. If not, then it is totally fine for you to watch the first one. I'll do it. The second one you can do with me, and then the third one I'm going to upload as a template, and that's what you're going to be solving and submitting to me today. So a word problem or a story problem tells us a story, and we have to figure out what we're supposed to do. It's not too hard yet because I told you we're doing addition. It's when we add in subtraction and we have to figure out what we need to do. But we know that the first thing we do is read the story problem. We make a picture in our head of what's happening before we even look at the numbers or set up our equation. So this says, I'm going to circle the numbers as I go though, just so we have them. Matthew rode 51 trains. Make a picture of that in your mind. You might be picturing Matthew at the train station, getting on a train, getting off, 1. On a train, off, 2. 51 times. Mania rode 16 trains. So Matthew's getting on and off trains, Mania's getting on and off trains. How many trains did they ride all together? And that word tells me that I want to put those numbers together. Make sure you're picturing in your mind what's happening. You're picturing Matthew getting on trains and Mania getting on trains, and we want to know how many all together. So if I'm finding out how many in all, I need to add. So now I'm going to set up my equation, and when I write it, instead of writing it horizontally, I'm just going to write it vertically so I don't have to do an extra step. So I'm going to write how many Matthew rode. 51. This is my 10s, and these are my 1s, right? And then I'm going to add that to how many Mania rode. 16, 110, 6 1s. And we're going to figure out how many they rode in all. My first strategy is going to be my base 10 drawings. My first number is 51, so I'm going to draw 5 10s and 1 1. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51. Now this is Matthew, right? And this is Mania. Mania rode 16, 110, and 6 1s. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need to know how many they rode all together. When we add, we always start in our ones place. So let's count up our ones first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now let's count our tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. Looks good. Now I'm going to check it using my shortcut. I'm going to circle my bigger number, 6, and count one more, 6, 7, and same thing here, 5, 6, 67. Okay? If you did that along with me, erase your board now. If not, get ready to do this one along with me. And Josiah and Connor, you two are the stars of this one. Okay. Josiah had 22 Beyblades. Make that picture in your mind. I'm picturing Josiah and he's got a whole suitcase full of Beyblades. Connor gave him 34 more. So now I'm picturing Connor coming in with a big box with 34 Beyblades in them and saying, "Here, Josiah, these are for you." How many Beyblades does Josiah have now? Okay, so think about that in your head. Josiah had his suitcase full of Beyblades, and then he got some more, and I want to know how many he has in all. So I need to add. I'm going to set up my equation. I'm going to add how many Josiah had. He had 22. That's my 10s and my 1s. That's Josiah. And I'm going to add that to how many Connor gave him. Connor gave him 34, 3 10s, and 4 1s. And we're going to solve to find out how many Josiah has now. Let's do our base 10 drawings. Let's draw how many Josiah had. We're going to draw 22, 2 10s, and 2 1s. And we're going to draw how many Connor gave him. 34, 3 10s, and 4 1s. Make sure your picture looks like that before we count them up. When we add, we always start with our ones. I know you've heard me say that 100 times, but I'm going to say it one more. We always start with our ones. How many ones did he have in all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many 10s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. But 56 what? Josiah had 56 Beyblades. I forgot to do that on our last one. I'm going to have to go back and add that in because my answer was only partially correct because I didn't say what he had. Before I do that, though, let's do our shortcut method. I'm going to take my bigger number and count on 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5. Do my answers match? 56 Beyblades, 56 Beyblades they do. Just to go back to this one really quick about Mania and Matthew riding trains, how many trains did they ride all together? I said 67, but I forgot to say 67 what? So I should have written 67. If you said trains, you are correct. Whew, glad we caught that. Okay. This is the one you are going to be doing on your own, and when you're done and you click the add button, this template should pop up on your screen. If it's easier for you to do on your whiteboard and take a picture of it, that's okay. I'm flexible, but I thought it would be easier if it was in there for you and you could just use the drawing tool. So this says, Tom walked 17 miles on Monday and 32 miles on Tuesday. How far did he walk in total or in all? So you're picturing somebody walking 17 miles on Monday, and you're picturing that same person walking 32 miles on Tuesday, and you want to know how many miles they walked all together. And so we know that we're going to be adding. I know that you're going to do your base 10 drawing. You're going to check it using your shortcut, and you're going to label it. So your answer should tell me how many what he walked, how many miles. And if you don't know how to spell it, it's in the question for you. Okay? Good luck, and I'll get back to you once I see your work.